The scary sequel. Again, sorry for being so flaky with uploading this, but things kind of went crazy over the past month with things kind of went crazy over the last month because I'm in a new role at work, so I've actually had to dedicate quite a lot of time and energy to that. So as well as the summer, and things always seem to just kind of go off the rails in the summer. There always seems to be something else that you have to do. There's another Bible here. Oh, here's a postcard from me. Dear Mom and Dad and Sam, I am in the Channel. Oh my god, this is my second passage through the Channel. I'm on my way back from London. This time I'm going to Brussels, Belgium. Sorry I didn't write you on the way to London, but I was too excited about the Channel. Oh my god. London was great, Dad. I know you always wanted to visit, and I think you really should. You'd love it. If you all wanted to come back here as a family sometime, I guess I could be convinced. Love you all. Oh my god. I guess I could be convinced. Here, we've got a phone here. Oh my god, what am I doing? Pressing like random buttons. Earth, Wind and Fire and Willie Nelson. This is obviously her parents' room, I'm guessing. I don't think either Sam or Katie would be a fan of Earth, Wind and Fire featuring Willie Nelson, even though that's such a strange combination. I can't even imagine what that would sound like. Earth, Wind and Fire featuring Willie Nelson. Just looking around at my mom's bra and my dad's a million pairs of jeans, apparently. Wait, no, there was something in there. Was there? Oh my god, yeah. Well, I don't know. I probably wouldn't be impressed if I ended up with another sister either, so I shouldn't be too, like, disgusted. Anything else in here you can look at? There actually is, like, I'm pretty sure you can change the settings on this, so the game actually won't prompt you when something is clickable, if you know what I mean. Like, the other way here, like, the stuff like highlights up and it's like, oh, this is something like this is something you can interact with, but I'm pretty sure, like, there's actually a setting in the game. There's actually a setting in the game where it won't actually even do that. I do not need to look at my dad's tighty whities. That is something I do not need to be doing, even if this is a game all about exploration and finding out about family secrets, I guess. Walt Whitman, Leaves of Grass. Walt Whitman's collection of poems, first released in this form in 1892, banned on grounds of obscenity, died only 2 months after its release. Seeing, hearing, feeling are miracles, and each parishing tag of me is a miracle. Oh, how sweet. Bye. Oh, how sweet, and then throw it over your shoulder. What's this, though? The bookmark? Wisteria Town Centre. Take your time. I'm glad to have it in good hands. Rick. My name's not Rick. Okay, who's this Rick guy? All of a sudden, we've got another 3-ring binder here. Just gonna throw everything all over the place, why not? Anything else we can look at here? No. Dear Jan, oh honey, let me tell you I understand how you feel. Bob and I have had our down periods. It's become a bit of a way of life, actually. You get used to each other, you live your own lives in the same house. The kids grow up, they go away, I'm away. I'm sorry, this isn't helping, is it? Don't worry. Tony or Terry will get over what's distracting him. Things will go back to normal. As for Sam being distant, that's a teenager for you. Nothing to worry about. In the meantime, though, this controlled burn, that sounds like quite the adventure. But let's cut to the chase. This new manager they sent. Does that say manager? No, Ranger. Ranger Roger Rockmore they sent. That's what I want to hear about. Ranger Rick. Oh my god. You have to be kidding me. It's too perfect. You have to tell me everything. And the pictures, I want the whole package. Wait, that sounded wrong. No, it didn't. It sounded oh so right. Keep your chin up and wait until Terry is out of his slump. In the meantime, write more letters to your old friend Carol. She adores them. Carol just wants pictures, photos of Rick in his Rangers uniform that she can add to her spank bank is what she wants. Oh my god, family photo. I'm guessing that's me in the terrible dress on the left hand side. I look like Pennywise or some shit. Anything in this bin? No. So yeah, as you can tell, I mean the main thrust of a ghost game, the Ghost Mansion, that's pretty much where we're living, it's in the Ghost Mansion. The main thrust of this game, and how it was advertised was because of like the how you find out about the is about like the your bit by bit discovering the burgeoning friendship of Sam and Lonnie or whatever. But really, what's probably most fascinating about this game is how it's not really just that you discover. You discover all this other stuff about like the fact that you're living in the psycho house, like about with like the uncle Oscar Mason or whatever. I'm just gonna look at this toothbrush and I'm just gonna throw it away. Um, can't open these, I guess. You discover that kind of stuff. You discover as well like the fact that what they were obviously alluding to there is, yeah, here we go, rediscovering your spouse. I was just about to talk about that. Like you find about how like her parents are very clearly going through a bit of a slump in their relationship or whatever. Coupled with the fact that her dad is experiencing a career slump as well. So it's all really quite fascinating the way you kind of uncover. You feel like you're uncovering one thing. What did I just do? I think I just turned on like Siri or some shit. I do not need to turn on Siri. I also do not need to look at shampoo. I'm looking for like cold hard evidence here is what I'm looking for. So yeah, you end up kind of like thinking, okay, well there's one. First of all, you arrive in the house and you don't know what you're uncovering. Even if you're uncovering anything, you basically arrive and you need to know what the hell, where the hell is my family? Oh, that was my phone. Thought I was talking to it. That's what it was. I must have said something and it thought I said, "Hey Siri." Well, I didn't phone. Thank you very much. Katie, Mom and Dad were going to make up the guest room for you to stay in over the summer, but you came home on such short notice they weren't around to do it. You can use my room if you want. I won't be needing it anymore. What? Won't be needing it anymore? Well, that's quite strange.
Something's wrong. Please try again.
Something is wrong. You won't shut the fuck up, bitch. Thank you. Jesus. Did you guys hear that? The phone was just like talking to me. It was like, oh, something's wrong. And it's like weird, like Irish mom voice. It's like something's wrong. I can't establish a connection. It's like something is wrong. If you keep talking to me, running your lap yappa flappa. Sighting journal, August 31st, 1994. A tall shadow in the upstairs hall. When I rounded the corner, no one was there. How tall was Uncle Oscar? Note, I was not wearing my glasses. Oh my god. September 3rd, 1994, 12:44 am. Faint voice coming from the bottom of the stairs. I said hello, did not investigate. September 9th, 1994. Poured milk from carton in fridge. It was spoilt. Pretty sure I read that spirits can sour milk. Milk was just bought yesterday. Ghost milk? Oh my god. And then the ghost says ooh, and the milk says moo. So good. Lonnie says she feels a presence in the TV room. I suddenly begin to feel cold. We build a protective pillow for it. Oh, we saw that. Or we saw something similar, like a recreation of the pillow fort. Lonnie and I employ Ouija board as a medium. Disturbing messages are conveyed from the other side. Oscar is definitely here. enlisted Lonnie to stay up all night and help patrol premises, recording any signs of otherworldly presence. Lonnie reported many sightings, but all remained unconfirmed. Possible ectoplasm in attic, probably leaky roof. Sample taken just in case. Despite our best efforts, we both fell asleep around 4 a.m. All in all, a successful night. Oh. So again, like you're just kind of piecing together lots of kind of burgeoning. Burgeoning is the best way to describe it, but they're spending like more time together, and they're not just kind of like meeting up in groups of friends. They're like spending more time alone with each other or whatever. Ouija boarding. You were asking what my erotic ribbons meant. Huh? Here is a handy guide. Orienteering. This means the army thinks I can find my way around. Rifle team. The army has branded me as a certified killing machine. Adventure training. I am a born adventuress, and no borders can hold me. The army recognizes this. So, you didn't think I was cool before now, did you? Now you do. From Lonnie D. And as I say, you're kind of just getting more, like with every single scrap of paper, every single small little note, you kind of piece together what's actually, that it's more than just like a friendship that is developing here, that maybe they're going to become more than just best friends, if you guys know what I mean. So this is all of my garbage that's packed up in boxes or whatever, but according to Sam, she's not going to be needing her bedroom anymore, which begs the question: if she's not going to be needing her bedroom anymore, what? Oh my god, that scared me so much. I remember that scaring me so much the first time I saw it as well. If she's not going to be needing her bedroom anymore, why is that? I mean, is she gone somewhere? That's the thing, we have no idea where she's gone, is the problem. If we knew where she was gone, then we'd have some idea what's going on here, and why the house is completely empty when we arrive here. It's more toilet paper with a picture of a baby on it. I suppose that's supposed to flusharoo. I suppose that's supposed to imply that it says guess this one's broken. That's quite strange. Anything in there? No. I guess that's supposed to imply that the toilet paper is as soft as a baby. Here, obviously, someone has been dyeing their hair red. Red right hand, oh my god. Not test on animals, original formula. Someone's been dyeing their hair red.
Lonnie brought her hair dye over today. She said, I need to fix these roots. Think you could help? Dyeing hair is weirdly intimate. I don't know if I've touched someone else's scalp before. That's pretty intimate, right? It felt intimate. We looked in the mirror together after, and I expected her to say something about how it looked crappy, or good, or whatever. But that's when she said, "You're so beautiful." And she was looking at me. Right in that moment, I wanted to say something, but I waited, and the moment was gone.
Yeah, so if it wasn't kind of somewhat of an open secret before, now it's kind of getting quite obvious what they're driving at. I can like go and put this cassette here in this cassette player. It's getting somewhat obvious what they're driving at is that like Sam is having this kind of sexual awakening through her friendship with Lonnie as well. That's enough of that because I can't talk to you with all of that going on in the background. This is actually like a really, really interesting one because you can see like Janice is after evaluating Rick, so Richard Pattermack or whatever, who is the guy, Ranger, that she was writing to her friend about, who's apparently sexy, and also loans her books on Walt Whitman that are somewhat obscene and beautiful poetry. And she's like, after rating him as like 5 out of 5 on everything, and she's requesting that he be made permanent there. Um, which again, if you kind of want to put two and two together, is kind of implying that there's something like going on here. Halloween show. Misfits, don't forget your costume. Stygian Lounge. Ooh, that sounds cool actually. It's a cool name for a place.
Sometimes you just have to lie to Mom and Dad. Like when Lonnie asked me to see a band with her and stay over at her friend's place in the city after. That's a lie to Mom and Dad's situation. But it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome. And everybody was moving together like one huge tide of sound. Between two songs, Lonnie leaned over and said, "How do you like your first show?" I was so happy. I felt tears starting in my eyes. And then she up and hugged me. I think she could tell.
Yeah, this is when it starts to kind of get really kind of cute about like Lonnie and Sam's developing feelings for one another, and it's about when it kind of gets very, very obvious that Janice needs obviously feels she needs more than what she's more kind of like emotional and sexual gratification, I guess, than what she's getting at home from Terrence. And she's kind of looking to doing an open folder, there we go, Sama. She's kind of looking to Rick for that. Lonnie, holy crap, I was in the library, I noticed something in the corner, and I found a secret passage, and it hid Oscar's creepy old stuff, and I'm fuck, what? Got to see this, we're skipping 6th. Wait a second. Library, Mom and Dad's room, closet, what? Wait a second, that's the door into the library, and then you go into the right. And then apparently there's a passage. Okay. Secret passage marked on map. Heavens to Betsy. This is from like the other cassette. For Sam. And what I love is like looking in here. Like at the very last second. Don't look here. So good. Obviously like Janice Greenbrier isn't getting the gratification she needs, either emotionally or here's Captain Legra and First Mate, your costume, my costume, from Lonnie. So obviously we've got Sam as Captain Legra and Lonnie as the First Mate, and you could tell from the way that story developed, the way she's writing the stories now is a whole lot more clear that the First Mate and Captain Legra are supposed to be in a relationship of their very own as well, or to have like feelings as well. So what have we got here? This is very, very intriguing. Sam's darkroom, do not enter if red lights are on. Well, I'd have a job entering actually. It's locked. This is just like fucking Winona Ryder was here up in this bitch or something. So yeah, you kind of get to start to piece together that actually Sam isn't the only one who's having kind of complicated emotions right now. Her mother is as well, which just goes to show that having complicated emotions isn't just a teenage thing. It's a lifelong thing. I'm still trying to remember where you get the combination to that, because I really can't remember. I guess it's time to go back downstairs to the library. Oh my god. Even though, like, I think it's kind of becoming obvious to you guys that this isn't necessarily a scary, spooky game, I'm still totally glad that I'm doing it for Summertime Radness, the scary sequel, because it has so many elements so many kind of background elements that really do belong in a scary, spooky game and make it somewhat scary and spooky. Like, like the way that just the general kind of arriving in the middle of the night and the house being empty, or kind of this whole kind of strange backstory of Oscar Mason being a psychotic murderer. Okay, so here we have like the secret passage is supposed to be. Where is it? Okay, so I'm in the library. So it's supposed to be on the back wall over here. Which I can't imagine how that works. This is the library, isn't it? The library. Dad's office. Oh no, this is the music room. Oh yeah, they're records, they're not books. Jesus. Anyway, as I was saying, you have like this whole kind of strange like backstory going on. Oh my god, this like lag is going to like drive me crazy. You have this whole kind of strange backstory going on, or side story about like Oscar Mason and him apparently being like a psychotic maniac. And then you kind of start to wonder, like at the start when you're kind of pushing together like the first story, it's actually quite well designed really time-wise, because the first story they decide to kind of let you peek in on is like Terence Greenbrier's job dissatisfaction and how things are going so shitty for him. Here we are getting into the secret passage, by the way, and this is really fucking freaky once you get in here. And you walk in and you have all of these like scary, like weird old pictures. I don't know, it's just very, very unnerving. Ghost Hunters, Sam and Lonnie, Secret House Investigation Log, Hidden Compartments Found 3. In the library, okay, the upstairs hall, and the foyer. Evidence of the supernatural discovered, 0. The search continues. Okay, so now all of a sudden we've got more secret panels that we can search for. So there's apparently one right outside the door there next to the foyer, one in the library, and one upstairs. So I might as well have a look in here if there is one. And if that like strange passage with the weird doors and the weird like and the weird pictures on the walls doesn't belong in Summertime Radness, the scary sequel, I don't know what does. Misfits, Saturday, October 29th.
At Todd's brother's place after the show, there was only a futon to sleep on, so Lonnie and I shared it. The lights went out. I was turned toward her. My eyes started to adjust, and then I could see she was looking at me, too. In the dark, she smiled. My heart was beating so fast. I rolled over. I felt so, I don't know, nervous. After a minute, she put her arm around me and was so close and whispered in my ear, "I really like you." I just nodded my head, and I really hope she could tell. I really hope that she meant what I think she did. I felt like a shook-up can of soda ever since. I hope we have the chance to talk before I explode.
Okay, so here's actually what looks like half of the combination. Heaven at the Edge of the World, private, do not read. Samantha Greenbrier, ninth grade. So this is another like of her, one of her, I guess I might as well go out and say it. It's like her Sam Lonnie fan fiction or whatever. Sunshine Beauty, inner ice walls, a glacial basin. The four, without hesitation, bounding through the high branches. First mate had been captured by the Green Glacier's Amazonian tribe. His life hung in the balance. So it's very clear that the first mate previously um, was actually a guy. All was eerily silent. Allegra looked on, frozen in fear. She had been a moment too late. Like in the stories she had used to write as like a little kid. And then what happens is from the vat something meant to emerge, head of dark brown hair, just like the first mate's. Then the shoulders and sleeves of his coat, soaking wet, but as the figure stood and the water poured down, Allegra saw the first mate had changed. No longer a man at all. In fact, what looked back at her were the eyes, the face, the hair and hands, and the body of a woman, still in the first mate's clothes. Still the first mate, she spoke in a soft, clear voice. Captain? The Amazonian queen said, she is one of us now, she is ours. Allegra drew her magical flintlock pistols from her belt, and her crew readied their swords. Allegra glared at the queen's eyes and said, that's the love of my life, and you can't have her. Which is, obviously, like, if it wasn't clear to her previously, that's a very clear indication of now Sam realizing what her feelings mean or whatever. If she's going to turn the first mate love interest in her story from a guy into a girl, otherwise known as being inspired by Lonnie. So as well continuing here. So now we have kind of another way to get upstairs.